I thought I'd like to live forever, but it just makes the patience and effort. This is the calling I'm waiting for. I'm short on time, but here's my intention to raise my voice to get your attention. Making sounds to make me proud. I think that the time has come. I think that the time has come. Well, I've seen
Welcome to Mexico Entertainment Magazine. It is great to see you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Bayside. I know you guys are from Queens, and I love the song on the radio.
Cool.
So tell me about how you guys got started.
Well, we've been a band at this point for about almost 15 years. But I mean, the story goes we just all met on, actually, I met Anthony in 2004. The band had already been a band for about 4 years. I met Anthony, we worked together at Urban Outfitters on Long Island. I was his boss for a minute. I got him a job, and we chatted, because up until that point I had been in a bunch of bands, Movie Life and Silent Majority, from high school until about I was 24. And at that point I wasn't in a band, and we were chatting just about things. Yeah, I mean, he went on tour. They were about to go on tour with Fall Out Boy. And he's like, I think my bass player's going to quit, so I don't know if you ever wanted to tour again or not, but you should think about if I need a bass player, maybe you could do it. And 6 weeks later he came back, he's like, yeah, my bass player quit and my drummer quit. So so that's how I joined the band, and that was 10 years ago this August. But the band was just formed on like a message board, just mutual people kind of wanting to, a message board in the year 2000, like, hey, looking to start a band that sounds like this, and a bunch of people replied, and Anthony was the only one who really like carried on through over the years. And Jack joined in 2003, I was 2004, and Anthony and then Chris was 2006. So since 2006 we've been playing together.
Nice. Now I hear you have a thing for classic punk rock bands.
Oh yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's all the things we grew up on. I don't know how classic. I guess at this point they're deemed classic, but all the old Warped bands, Bouncing Souls, Bad Religion, NoFX. I mean, those are all Lagwagon, stuff like that. That's what we all grew up on. Always wanted to carve out our own kind of thing. Early on we got compared to Alkaline Trio a lot, and I think back in the day, 10 years ago, I saw it a little bit. It wasn't a rip-off by any means, but I saw you always need to compare yourself, or people need to compare you to something. So Alkaline Trio was the closest, but over the years, we've carved out our own little section of the scene for ourselves, and I think that helps with that helps give us longevity, because we don't really sound like a lot of stuff out there. We've never been super trendy. We've never been overly popular where we became trendy and a bunch of bands started to sound like us. We've kind of just always done our own thing, and I guess that's why we're the biggest we've ever been. We put out our 6th album. Things are going really well right now.
Now, do you see that your music is growing and changing?
You know what, because we have 6 albums, and because our fan base is so loyal, we're loyal to them, and we love the way we sound. We love the way we write songs, and we're never going to change the way we sound. I think a lot of bands sometimes try and reinvent the wheel, and we're not going to be like that. I think that we love the way we sound. We love the music we write. The thing we do try to get better at every album, which is cool, because I think to a certain extent we're succeeding as it. We just try to write better songs. We get better at our instruments. We write better songs. They all sound like Bayside, but we're not trying to kind of like skirt our sound and write a different sounding song in order to gain new fans or whatever. I mean, we are what we are. We're comfortable with who we are. Our fans love it, and we just want more people to like us, and we have no reason to change the way we sound. People seem happy with it, we're happy with it. So we just try and get better at being ourselves.
Well, that's good. NoFX has been doing it for
years. Exactly. I mean, there's so many things we look up to when it comes to those older bands, and we want to have those careers,
Now, I know you guys have been on a lot of tours. Is there still a band out there that you want to tour with, you haven't had a chance to go on a tour with yet?
Realistically,
It doesn't have to be that
okay,
realistic.
if it doesn't have to be realistic, I want to go on tour with the Killers. that I don't know, that's definitely not very realistic. But I would love to do that. The Killers would be my personal favorite band. I don't know, I think that there's things, we did just actually book our first tour with Gaslight Anthem. We've been friends with them for a while, and we're going to Europe with them in November, so that's good. That's one on the list of bands that, you know, you want to go out there, have fun, we know them, it would be a good fit for us. So hopefully we get to do it here in the States, but we're starting over in Europe first. That's a good one. I don't know, we've been lucky enough to tour with a lot of our favorite bands. I mean, between Alkaline Trio, Taking Back Sunday, Newfound Glory, Amberlin, like we've kind of just Bouncing Souls, you know, and then all the bands we tour with on Warped Tour, you know, Bad Religion, NoFX, we wouldn't really normally get to tour with them in a club. We get to do it on Warped Tour, so there's not many out there that would like really do us any good, you know. The Killers would be like a fun thing to do because I'd get to see them every night. It wouldn't really make sense otherwise.
Yeah, not everything has to make sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Okay. And then tell me a little bit about the difference between doing those club shows and then going on a tour like Warped Tour.
You know, people ask us all the time, I think, what do you like one better than the other, the club or the festival? And I think we grew up in the club scene, so we're just used to it and we're comfortable there. You know, sprinkling in a little festival every once in a while is a lot of fun. We were just in Europe with Alkaline Trio, and in the middle of the 5 weeks we had like 3 festivals in a row. So it was good to like get out of the clubs for a minute. I don't know, we've never done it. I don't know how it would feel if it was just a month of festivals, you know, like different festivals. Warped Tour is the same thing every day, and it feels comforting, you know, and it's the same thing every day, and it's our 4th time doing the full thing, so we're just super comfortable out here. But if it was a different festival every day, it might get a little, I don't know, like make our brains fried or something like that. So but I mean, I like them both. They both have. You get to play in front of more people, you know, in a festival. You get to play with more bands in a festival. The
Any
routine,
more nerves when you walk out and see so many more people?
I get more nervous when there's less people. It's way more intimate and weird to me when there's less people. So the more people, the more comfortable I feel, and it's just that's kind of why no matter what anyone says, it's kind of why you're in a band, to play in front of the most people ever. So when there's, you know, 10,000 plus people there, you're living your dream, you know. But when you're playing and there's not a lot of people there, it gets real awkward and real weird, and that's when I start to get nervous.
I can understand that. Do you have a favorite city to play in, or do you like going back to your hometown?
No, there's a bunch. I mean, Chicago's always been great to us.
My hometown.
Yeah, good. That's definitely our unofficial like second, you know, hometown. New York's always great to us, but Chicago's like really kind of, it's like 1A and 1B scenario. Chicago's been just super to us. And then, I mean, places we've played forever. Philadelphia's great for us. Boston's good for us. Anywhere in California's cool. And little places that we don't get to very often. Lawrence, Kansas is awesome. I love that place.
That's funny. I wanted to picture Kansas. And is it different when you go over to Europe?
Yeah.
Are the crowds different and the environment totally different?
We've kind of been. It's been unfortunate in our career. We haven't had a lot of albums actually come out there due to record label kind of inadequacies. So our albums come out here, and we do a lot of work here in America, but it's like years behind over in Europe. So we're starting to have good positive experiences over there, and we have Hopeless Records who now put out our album worldwide the same week everywhere, and it's like a noticeable difference when we were just over there, how people knew our new songs just as much as our older songs, and like that's never happened. People usually when we go over there, people don't know our new songs, so Hopeless is doing a good job with kind of making us a more worldwide band.
Nice. Is there a country you like going to the best?
First time we ever went to Sweden was, you know, a couple of weeks ago, and that I would live there if I could. I would live there if it wasn't freezing like 10 months out of the year, actually.
There is that problem.
Yeah, no, that's such a great country. Everyone's super pleasant, super, you know, well spoken, just polite people. It just seems as a culture, it just seems really, really great to be there. And yeah, it was our first time there, and we had a great experience. So I can't wait to go back.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and taking
Thanks for
time
having
out
me.
of the festival. And
Yeah.